People take their phones, take their nude pictures and post on social media. You have abused me.
Really?
Technology facilitated gender-based violence is a matter we have to actually pay more attention to.
All right, so you're welcome. This is GAIDA Podcast as usual in the studios of GAIDA-COM Group. My name is Abdul Samad Gaida, and well, I'm going to tell you what we're discussing today. But before that, I was going through the internet and I saw this information that was quite shocking to me, and I want to read it out to you before we get into the conversation. I'll allow my guest introduce himself later on, but this is what I saw online, which says that in just the first 9 months of 2025, that's last year, Ghana recorded over 3,200 cybercrime incidents. Among these, cyberbullying, which is 738 cases, and online blackmail, which is 507 cases, where the second and third most reported, directly impacting thousands, with women and young people identifying as the most affected groups. The total financial loss to cybercrime in that period exceeded 19 million Ghana cedis. Now let's look at the gender gap, or should I say digital gender gap. Now this violence has a chilling effect on women's participation in digital space. A study by the Media Foundation for West Africa found that 41% of Ghanaian women between the age of 15 and 29 self-censor their statements online to avoid harassment. This highlights how online abuse isn't just trolling, it silences women and restricts their freedom of expression. And that brings us to our discussion today. 41%.
Yeah.
That's a huge number.
Exactly.
We're talking about technology and violence. Some would say technology facilitated gender-based violence. I'm going to allow my guest to introduce himself, then we can delve into the conversation. So you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, please introduce
and thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Always.
Yes, my name is Abdulatif Isaku. I am a youth activist, social change and community development advocate, and a campaigner. Yes, I am the immediate past coordinator for Activista. Okay. And I'm also the lead team member for Center for Active Citizenship, Ghana. Yeah. All
right. You're welcome. You're a big man.
Thank you so much.
That's a big man there. All right. So we're talking about technology facilitated gender-based violence. What is that?
Like you've just given us a brief highlight from what you have found out from the internet. When we talk of technology facilitated gender-based violence, as the name posits, that technology facilitated or technology enabled gender-based violence. It means that we first of all need to understand what gender-based violence is all about. And when we talk of gender-based violence, it has to do with the abuses, the harassments, the exploitations that are likely to be experienced or that affects victims just because of their gender. I want to talk of gender. Gender has to do with the social classifications we actually see ourselves in. So gender has to do with the social constructions in terms of our biological makeup, whether you are a male or female. Gender can also be seen as in terms of our ethnicity. You are a Dagomba, you are a Mosi, you are Kusasi, you are Mampruga, you are Fanti, or you are Ga. Ga all the ethnic groups is also a form of what? Gender. Then in terms of our beliefs, the religions that we see ourselves in, there are also classifications. We have Muslims, we have Christians, we have traditionalists, and those who believe in worshiping other things. It's also gender. Okay. Then we also have gender in terms of our literacy levels. We have people who are literates, others who are illiterates, those who have been in school, those who are not in school. It's also part of gender. Then we talk of what? Gender in terms of our skin colors. We have people who are what? Black, others are what? White, complexed, and all sort of complexion. Then we can also talk of gender in terms of our what? Our ages. We have the young people, we have youth, we have adults. Then with the young people, we are also into categories. 0 to 15, 15 to 18. And then young adults 18 to 24, 24 to 35. Then 35 to 60, 60 and above. These are all what? Classifications of what? Individuals. Then we can also look at gender in terms of our what? Our work, the work we do. Such that we sometimes look at the roles that we perform. In our household level, we may say that, oh, this particular activity or this particular chores is for the young girl. This particular is for the young boy. Oh, this one, they're both sexes can what? Actually do it. Then this particular job is for what? This category ethnic group of people. Let me cite an example. If you look at cattle rearing or cattle head, largely now that is changing, but largely it was known to be an occupation for only particular what? Group of people. If you look at hawking, it was also seen as a work for a particular group of people. Then if you look at farming, it was also seen as a particular work for a specific group of people. So these are all gender classifications. So when one is affected or experience any form of what? Violence as a result of this classification you have find yourself in, that is where we say that violence you have experienced is as a result of your gender. And it is what? Gender-based violence. Look, as part of gender, like I indicated earlier, males and female. Sometimes we abuse one another. A male could abuse a female can also abuse a man. And then just because you are seen as a what? A man. Example, sometimes we do say that, oh, ladies first. So even if a lady is very late, but because we always have a ladies first, you try to give an opportunity to the lady. Meanwhile, it could be a form of abuse because the other partner who has come very early will not be happy. Or sometimes we also say that, oh, this one, oh, the men are strong, so they are supposed to do
this work. Yeah.
But who told you every man is strong? So you see a man struggling to do it. Probably a lady could even do it more better than the man. But because of these statements. So these are all gender related issues. Or even sometimes you see a man washing bowls or doing something and then somebody will say, oh, you are just a weak man. How can a man be doing this? You have created some kind of emotional what? Thought in the person, which the person might not even be happy. So you have abused the person. So these are all sort of what? Gender-based violence issues. Now, if we are going to relate it to the technology, now because of the advent of technology has facilitated a lot of these abuses. And what you have just shared with us, many people, young people, especially women and girls, do not want to actually what? use the technology because of fear of what? Abuse, and fear of what? Harassment sometimes, because technology has facilitated the abuse such that it goes more faster than the physical, in a sense that you see a lady who maybe even sometimes the lady may even be seeking for an information, knowledge, then just put it on social media. The next thing that another person will just type is, you are just a foolish person. This small thing and you are asking social.
Yeah.
You see that? It's a technology facilitated what?
So
abuse.
Technology has made it easier for people to abuse. And largely, per research, women and girls are largely what? Affected. Like the data you have just shown, about 41%. Media Foundation for West Africa.
Yes, from Media Foundation for West Africa.
Yeah.
I think last year or last 2 years, NORSAC has also done a similar research on technology facilitated gender-based abuses. And maybe in our subsequent discussions, we may share those data if we actually get permission from them.
Okay.
We will share that data.
So is it higher than what we have from the Media Foundation?
Yeah, for research, one of the qualities of research is that what do I say? Similarities.
Okay.
Yeah, even if the figure differs from each other, but it will be similar outcomes that we are likely to have. I have not chanced the Media Foundation for West Africa report, but I've read the NORSAC technology facilitated gender-based violence document, and I can speak to that. But like I said, we are not here to discuss it.
No, that's not.
So I'll seek permission from them. If they actually grant that permission, then we can get another day to actually discuss that intensively.
Exactly.
But on the surface, we are saying that technology facilitated gender-based violence has to do with the use of technological tools and technological enabled platforms to actually what? Enhance or to actually abuse one another because of our what? Our gender, because of our social classifications. And one example is that if you look at social media, for instance, today greater number of young people are on social media.
Yes.
And how do we use the social media? We use the social media to harass each other. We use the media to what? Assault each other. We use the media to what? Cause a lot of what? Cyber crime. Okay, the mobile phones, the computers, the internet platforms that we have. How do we use these platforms? So if you use such platforms to cause an abuse, to cause harassment, to cause exploitation, just look at the exploitations we are experiencing today. Fraud, cyber fraud. Somebody will just hack your either WhatsApp account or your Facebook account and use it to extort what? Money from people. People have used the internet or the social media to even what? How do I put it? To even detain other people.
Okay.
Just because they want to milk some kind of resources.
Yeah.
From
so that's the
them.
Blackmail aspect.
The blackmail aspect is there.
Considering the 2025 reports, I think about 507 cases of blackmail was recorded.
Yeah.
People just use your information. For example, we were talking about this before we got live. People could get access to your information, vital information, including your nude pictures and stuff, and they can use that to blackmail bring money. Else I would put this on social media.
On social media.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm yet to even come to that. So there are forms of which that we can actually share. And one of it is just what you have just shared. the blackmailing. Persons who have access to your nude information, your nude pictures, and they actually want to use it to milk you, or to even use you them more. All right, like I was sharing before camera, that there are instances where people will even come to complain to you because you are actually working in that space, that, oh, this is the challenge I'm facing, how can you help me? And it's just because the person has not been able to keep himself or herself carefully in terms of the use of the internet. Okay, the internet does not forget at all.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Whatever that is put in the internet, it stays there. You may delete it from your phone, but doesn't mean that it's deleted from the internet. People can still have access to those information. So it tells us that we have to be very careful with how we take our pictures and how we share our pictures and how we use our information on the internet.
All right, so thank you so much. I think we now understand what technology facilitated gender-based violence is. I mean, we all do know what it is now. And what I want to find out is that is it that we don't really know what we are doing? Because I want to believe that most of the young people who are engaged in this kind of violence don't really realize it, or they don't know what they are doing. For example, someone shares a nude picture of a lady, then before you realize, everybody is sharing it. It gets to your phone, you share it, says this one, WhatsApp it to the group. Are we really conscious about what we are doing and the fact that the implication it has? Or we don't know, we are just doing it because Charlie?
So like you mentioned, if you look at this, I will say that some will do it ignorant, as a result of ignorance. Some will do it because they need fame. Some will do it because they need more attention on the internet or on the cyberspace. Some will also do it because they want to punish you. Some will also do it because they want to make money from the content they share. So now let me pick them one after the other. Those who do it with ignorance is that the person doesn't know the implications of what he or she is liking, commenting, or sharing. Because today we are told that our social media accounts can also serve as our curriculum vitae.
Exactly.
If I want to know who you are and I go to your social media platform, your social media platform should tell me who you are even before engaging you. So today, if you look at most of the organizations, either private or the civil society organizations, the NGOs, the international NGOs, local NGOs, when they are doing their recruitments or they want to engage somebody officially, even the fellowships we do apply, capacity building fellowships, sometimes you apply and they are requesting for your social media handles. They are not requesting for it just for anything, but just to trace the content you share on social media, the content you like on social media, the content you comment on social media. That alone serves as an interview for you.
Wow.
And a lot of people lost jobs, lost opportunities just because of that, because they didn't actually pay attention to their social media accounts.
Everybody's doing it and you're also doing it.
Everybody's doing it and you're also doing it just because, like I said, you don't know.
No. Let me just pause you. And this is to the young people out there. This is a very important information he's sharing with us. Most of us are young. We've been to school. We just graduated and we are on social media and we think that we are using it to while away time. And so any information that comes, you also type ignorantly, not knowing the implication. He has just informed you that whatever you do on social media is traceable, and that is likely to affect your ability to secure a job in the future. So take note of that.
Thank you so much. And others also do it because they want followers. They want followers because if you look at the internet, sometimes we have what we call trends, the trending issues. So when a matter is trending, everybody wants to what? Share it first, so that people can get the information from your personal timeline first. And that can give you more likes and more followers.
Yeah, I know, because they always say, hey, this guy has gist.
Oh, for him, he always
gist.
share the latest information. Every trend is he. Because immediately you share, whoever will come to your timeline and also reshare it, you are the originator. You are having the first information. So you are likely to get more followers and more likes in your page. And because of that, if I come to see the information and I want to see the follow-up information, or I want to be consistent with the information, I'll follow you and like you. So the next time the next video is coming, I will also get the notification and also go to have the information first hand. Another people who also do it because they want to monetize their accounts, because they want to have what? More content sharing. And social media has become monetized because if you have more content, more likes, more comments, more shares, then you can get money from that.
At least the platforms thrive on these things. They thrive on constant engagement and all that.
Exactly.
So obviously, if you keep posting things that engage a lot of users of this platform, they would want to.
So like I said, so people do it because they just want to monetize their account. So you see people try to forcefully create some beefs among celebrities, or try to share highly trend issues, so that people can actually come to their pages. Again, like I mentioned, people also do it because they just want to destroy you. They want to destroy you. That's their interest. That's their motive. So anything negative about you, they want to put it on social media first. So these are some of, and these ones largely from politicians and from celebrities and people who are of high classes. People actually want to quickly tarnish images so that it inures to their selfish benefits. So these are some of the instances where you find people actually share contents like that.
So most of these content that you share or you help people share are likely to be gender-based violence.
Yes.
But some might know, some might not know. But I believe today you know. Yes.
Exactly. So like I was saying, this liking, commenting and sharing, if it is affecting someone or is an attack on someone, gender-based violence could be one, an abuse. Two, it could be a harassment. Three, it could be what? An exploitation. How could it be an abuse? It could be a physical abuse. It could be what? Sexual abuse. It could be psychological or emotional abuse. And it could be what? Economical abuse. Then when we say physical abuse, you have used the social media to a point where people can actually what? Abuse somebody physically. Example, you have used social media to attack each other. Example, let me use our social issues, maybe issues of what? Witchcraft, alleged witchcraft accusations. You have just dreamt about somebody and you concluded that, oh, the person is a witch. You don't have evidence, you don't have any proof to that. Then you quickly go to social media. So and so in my area, in this name, this house is a witch.
I saw her in my dreams.
And then a friend comes to like and share.
Yeah.
Another friend comes to like and share. Another friend comes to like and share. Only to begin to see that people are just coming around the person's house, be looking at the person and be going. The person is surprised. What's happening? People are just coming to look at me and go. Then to a point, people begin to insult the person. To a point when people begin to raise hands on the person. What has facilitated that? Social media. Internet. Technology has facilitated that. Or let's look at in our religion, in our religious practices. One Malam will sit in his mosque and preach and say everything. All right. If there's no technology, who will hear it?
Definitely not.
Who will know about it? Nobody. But today, because of technology, if you just say anything in your mosque, in the next 5 minutes, people are sharing it on social media. 5 minutes is even too far. 5 seconds. Because if it is Facebook live stream, the whole world is watching you. And mind you, it could be a mistake. If there's no internet, you could have corrected it in the mosque. But even by the time you realize and correct it, it's already gone. Then another Malam will also sit in the mosque and reply. So you see, the squabbles we have between Malams is all about technology. When it was only radio station, it was better. Now TV stations has come up to what? Escalate it. And social media has even made it what? Worse.
Because
but like before radio stations, even when you have a problem and you want to seek religious advice, you will get up and walk to the Malam's house.
Now we call on radio and ask.
People don't even go to radio to ask Quran.
We call
the person will just put it on social media. Ask the question on social media. So when you ask your questions on social media, you get social media responses. So you see that. So says technology has also what? In fact, contributed to the squabbles we have between Malams. And look, when a Malam is also abused physically, as a result of that, it is technology facilitated. And the abuse could be in several forms. It could be hitting, it could be pushing, it could be what? Cutlassing, it could be whipping, it could be stoning.
How about sermon? Because we heard one Malam was sermon at the chief palace. That was also went viral on social media.
Yes. So that one, if it does not result to physical abuse, but it could result in what? Emotional.
Yeah,
because people will insult him.
He was
people will call him names. People will tell him things he might not even like. Even today, look at what is happening. Somebody will just sit and tell you that you are a bastard. Your mother, your father did this and did that, and that resulted to you. Meanwhile, you are not even aware. You don't even know. It could even be a lie. It could even be lies. But social media has brought it up. So social media, technology facilitated gender-based violence is a matter we have to actually pay more attention to. Like I was saying, it could also be what? Sexual violence. Sexual violence in a sense that today come to see what is happening on our internet. People take their phones, take their nude pictures and post on social media. If you want people to see your naked pictures, do I tell you I want to see your naked pictures? So provided it's on the internet and I have seen it unconditional, unexpected and I'm not happy seeing it, you have abused me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
You have harassed me. I'm not happy with what we are doing.
Yeah.
It's harassment.
All right.
Or I've seen that I have developed the interest in you, but I can't get it.
That's still abuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see the point here? So, sexual abuse, not only that, we have seen people have their consented sex in their bedrooms, take videos. A day that you will not be happy with each other, you begin to throw it on social media. It's also sexual abuse. You are abusing each other sexually. The most recent case in Tamale, I think Aisha and Fahad matter.
It was
It's a sexual,
social, yes.
it's a social sexual abuse issue. And if there's no technology or social media, we wouldn't have even know what even transpired between them. But today, it's on social media. We know what both has done, what they have done to each other, and look at the results of it. You see that?
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. I think there's a lot to talk about, but unfortunately, I'm just looking at our time. But what you've explained to us right now, I'm sure a lot of us have understood what technology facilitated gender-based violence is all about. We're going for a quick break. When we come back, I want to find out how this kind of violence, how it affects the victims mentally, socially, and physically.
Great.
But let's go for a quick break. We'll be back. Okay, so you're welcome back. Still here on GAIDA podcast. My name is Abdul Samad Gaida, and we're talking about technology facilitated gender-based violence. Initially, we explained what it is and some of the things we do that contributes to this gender-based violence on our platforms, social media platforms. Now, I want to find out on the side of the victims how it affects them mentally, physically, and socially.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So, like I was saying, that we have the physical abuses, we have the sexual abuses. Either physical or sexual abuse can result to the next abuse, which is what? Psychological abuse.
Okay.
Psychological abuse has to do with being traumatized with your emotions, with your psychology, with your thinking, as a result of what? Either sexual or physical, or any other thing that could happen to you. And this one, it could be what? Verbal, or it could be by word of what? Mouth. Somebody will tell you something that you are not happy about. You are traumatized with the person's comments. You are traumatized with the person's what? Statements to you. You are thinking about it. You are not in your right senses. You are thinking of the next solution to do, what to do to salvage the situation, or what to do to even manage yourself. And that could also be what? Psychological violence. And this affects our mental health. So like you mentioned, in terms of the victim, one, it affects our mental health. It can affect the person's mental health because the person will be what? Traumatized psychologically. And let me relate it to the most recent issue,
what I was going to ask you.
Aisha and Fahad issue. If you look at Aisha, naturally God created us in diversities, in variations. We are all different from each other. There are some people who can actually what? Harbor their pains, harbor their dissatisfactions, and harbor their disregards to whatever issue that happens to them. They will be able to accommodate it. They will be able to confine that in their minds so that they are fine. But that doesn't mean that it will not disturb them. And there are others who will always want to what? Ventilate the matter out, irrespective of the repercussions. As they ventilate it out, they are okay. They feel refreshed psychologically. And Aisha is the type. So you could see that every issue, every moment, she will record new videos. She will come back to comment on it, to a point where even people who commented wrongly on the matter, she will come back and respond to them as well. Because she's the type who will not want to what? Keep anything in her mind to bother her. So she has to ventilate it out. Even to a point, she will say that even if I say it and it's going to affect me, sometimes she would even make reference and tell people that even if you had known the house I am coming from, this is her way of managing her emotions. And people shouldn't see any fault in her. We shouldn't actually begrudge her. In fact, we are looking at it from the moral perspective. That's why many people were seeing it to be what? Unpalatable or inappropriate words she was using. But that's her way of what? Consoling herself and managing her emotions. In another leg of conversation, somebody was telling me that was immaturity on her part. And I said that no, it's not about immaturity. She feels that when the matter happened, nobody was ready to what? Actually solidarize with her, support her, come to her aid. Get a point? Everybody who could come on social media start to lambast her. Everybody who could come to social media was insulting her, calling her names. But if we had come to social media to understand that at that instant she needs help, she needs people around her, she needs people to what? Actually talk to her, she needs people to be with, because she was going through a lot of what? Psychological what? Trauma. So she needed people around. If people were around, it would have been better. But she feels that anything that you say against her, she has to reply you so that she'll be fine.
To get it out of her system.
Exactly. Yeah. And that has what? Exacerbated the issue.
Because
the more she comes out to say a lot of things, the more people come back to what? Give replies. And I want to use this platform to actually plead with everybody listening to this our discussion that let's not always jump to conclusions. Let's not always jump to begin to call people names. Let's not always jump to insult people when they are traumatized. Because at that instant, the kind of feeling and experience the person is going through, you can't take it. She is the victim. She knows how it feels. We actually what? Have to be each other's keeper, to come together to actually understand the feelings of others. But if we begin, because we want to create content, because we want to monetize our platforms, we want to destroy others, we want to do this, at the end of the day, I don't think that we will all be sympathizers to each other. Because as human beings, we need to always put humanity first. Humanity in a sense that you see yourself as a human being and you see your colleague as a human being, and then you have that empathetic feeling that if it is you, how would have the situation be? Or even if it is your sister, how would you feel?
Yes, would you be happy?
Would you be happy if it's your sister?
Insulting and sharing.
Just imagine if it's your sister, how would you feel? So there are certain things that we have to be actually careful about, and let's not make fun of.
All right.
Because I was also looking at it from the perspective that if it's my sister, how will I feel?
Exactly.
She is a victim. She has been abused. Why? Because she feels that when things was good, we never knew what was happening. Then it turns to the other side, and immediately it turns to the other side. What happened? People begin to share her negativities out, right?
Yeah.
So she has to come to what? Clear herself out.
Different.
Then you are now seeing it as a problem.
All right. So
the cause is just that where does the negativity started to share? Who actually what? Disappoint the other? Who actually what? Shares the note out? Who actually what? Blackmail the other one out?
Yeah.
You could be you could be the perpetrator, but shadow perpetrator. I am describing it as shadow perpetrator because you could hide and push others to do it. Example, if I have your information and I know it's me who have the information and it's you who have the information, apart from the two of us, nobody has it. So there shouldn't be an instance whereby that information is going to come out and is coming out from a third party.
Someone might.
And I am the victim.
Yeah.
I didn't share. So
who shared it?
Who shared it?
Definitely, that would be me.
You get a point here. And that's a feeling that we should actually we could have actually pay attention to and listen to her feelings so that we can actually come in to support her.
But I want to make this follow-up question. I mean, ask you this: why do women experience this more than men? I mean, if you observe, especially, let's narrow it down to Tamale. It's mostly women who are experiencing this gender-based violence on our social media platforms as compared to the men. Why is that so?
Yes, not only technology-enabled gender-based violence that women are largely affected, even the physical gender-based violence. If you look at research,
but yes, physical, but the physical seems to be better now.
So if you look at research in terms of global research, largely women and girls are affected when it comes to gender-based violence, and it's as a result of the vulnerabilities they actually find themselves in. Women and girls are largely vulnerable. Yes, and until we are able to empower them psychologically, physically, emotionally, and socially, and even politically, that is where this the skewness of the violence on them will begin to solve. When we begin to support women and girls to develop in terms of in the society, we develop them, we build their capacities. Economically, we build their capacities.
Confidence.
We actually empower them to be economically independent, financially independent. Then, in terms of political, women are able to occupy governance and participate and meaningfully involved in our governance process. And that is why the past government, I think, affirmative action law was passed so that it mandates 30% appointments of government appointments of women. And I think that the 30% is still low. I think that
the 30% is still low.
It's still low.
For a start, I think it's okay.
For the start, it's still fine for the start. But in the future, I think that it will be happy if we should have a balanced situation, in the sense that we have more women participating in our governance processes.
Exactly. So
come to look at the data we have.
So you spoke about politics, women in politics and policy making. I have this one too. It's also from the Media Foundation for West Africa that says that the problem is particularly acute for women in politics or public-facing roles. Now, the same Media Foundation for West Africa study, which monitored social media accounts of female politicians from August 2024 to 2025, recorded 583 separate incidents of online gender-based violence across Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah. Now, the abuse was often sexually charged and designed to discredit them.
Yes. You and I know that any lady who is coming out to do active politics, the two statements that follows it is either she's a prostitute or she's a witch.
I mean, we experienced it just quite recently.
You see that?
You know, during the MPP presidential, presidential election, right?
Yeah.
Yes. We experienced it in Tamale. You know, women were accusing each other of being prostitutes.
You see that?
Sleeping with other politicians.
It's sad. And that issue was also technology facilitated. Yeah, if we had not seen it on social media,
I saw it also. I didn't hear it on radio. Yeah.
You see that?
I saw it on social media.
So it's also technology facilitated.
Yeah.
And that one was psychological, because only God knows what they will be going through today. They are done with their primaries. They all have parents. They all have families. They all have children. Only God knows what their children, their husbands, their families will be going through. Wow. Just because what? Of a statement. I was telling a friend that it can even affect their children who are married and they are in marital homes.
Yeah.
Because if your mother can be called on public space as a prostitute who is married in a marital home and still sleeps outside, and you are my wife and you are married to me in the house, what kind of notion are you creating to your children's husbands? So there are a lot of things that they didn't actually foresee into the future, the implications of what they were doing. So I think that, and if you go to the village on the Bolga Road, you know that village. You don't know that one?
Oh, I do. You
know that village?
You mean the Savulu?
The Savulu. You know they are MP. There's also this kind of accusations that she danced simpa to win the seat.
She really is a good dancer.
People didn't actually associate her winning the seat to her knowledge, to her capacity.
Some were even accusing her of not, able to properly articulate herself in the English language. I mean, speak.
Is she the only woman who cannot?
Until I saw her in Parliament.
She's good.
Yeah, speaking.
She's very good.
So I said, so all this was just to.
She's very good. It's just that she's a village MP. Yeah, she's good.
I'm sure what you're also trying to do is gender-based violence.
No, they are small boys and.
Okay, no problem. So I know where you're coming from.
So that one alone, people didn't actually foresee her capacity, her resilience, her intellectual ability. People just say, oh, she danced simple and that's why she won.
They
just imagine this. How? You see that? But on the more serious note, we need to be serious about women participating in leadership positions. That alone will reduce their vulnerabilities. Okay? But because we always push them back, it increases their vulnerabilities, and that always results to what? Gender-based violence. Let me ask you this question. Out of 10, in terms of witchcraft accusations, alleged witchcraft accusations, how many men are accused?
1. Sometimes less than 1.
You see that?
Yes, because growing up, it has always been women. I mean, growing up and hearing this accusation, it has always been women.
Why? And do you know what? Yeah. Have you ever seen an MP or a DC or a big malam or a rich person mother being accused of witch?
No, you dare not.
Why?
You dare not.
Because they are empowered. They are empowered either in knowledge well educated, either Arabic or Western, economically empowered, they are rich, financially independent, they don't need anything from anyone. A DC or a MP or a minister, that's political empowerment. Social empowerment, either a malam, a pastor, or a chief. Have you ever seen them? Their mothers being what? Witches?
You dare not.
You dare not, because they are empowered. So when we want to actually reduce that, we need to begin what? Empowering women. So that their vulnerability will reduce. And when their vulnerabilities are reduced, then we can be able to reduce what? Any form of what? Abuse, whether technology facilitated or the physical abuses that we actually experience in terms of all forms, psychological, physical, sexual, emotional, or psychological. We're able to reduce that.
All right. So we're going for another break, but when we come back, we're going to find out from you. I mean, victims, what should they do? I mean, if you are abused online, if you go through some kind of violence online, what should you do? Should you talk to someone? Who should you talk to? And all that, we'll find out when we come back from this break. All right, so you're welcome back. Still here on GAIDA podcast. Abdul Samad GAIDA is my name, and today we're talking about technology-facilitated gender-based violence. Something that most of us don't know but are engaged in. Today, I'm sure you have been educated and you've gotten to know what it is, and from henceforth, I'm pretty sure you would stop supporting this kind of violence online. Victims, just as in the case of Aisha and Fahad, when you go through this violence online, what should you do when you experience this and you don't want it to affect you mentally? What should you do?
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you. So, for any form of violence, you need to seek for help.
Okay.
In seeking for help, one, you need to report to the security agencies.
Okay.
Yes. Either any form of violence I've mentioned, you need to actually report that to the security for investigation. If it requires punishment or reprimand or charges, then it is placed to actually what? Curtail and also manage the situation. Again, victims also need to seek for what? Counseling. Yeah. Because it affects mental health.
Yeah.
It affects mental health because you are actually disturbed or you are actually traumatized on the happenings, things that has happened to you. So as you are, it actually what? Reflects in your minds, in your brains, you think about it. This can cause depression. It can depress you. It can affect your mental health. And that's why I'm saying that you need to seek for what? Counseling. So that counselors can actually talk to you and diagnose you. And they have their ways of diagnosing, how they can actually manage the situation to take you out of that depression, madness, or any trauma. Again, sometimes we need to seek for victims protection. Look, in our part of the country, I don't know whether South is there, but this northern sector, I don't know, and I'm not aware of any shelter anywhere where people who feel traumatized or unsafe in their homes can actually go to seek for what? Protection or shelter. And that one I will call on government and our duty bearers to at least have shelters.
I have seen this severally.
Okay.
In movies.
Yes. Here we don't have it.
Yes, I've seen it in foreign movies.
Actually, I'm not aware of it's been. But if it's there, those who get the opportunity to watch this can actually share with us where we can actually
I have never seen it anywhere in this.
These shelters,
but I've seen it in movies. Yeah,
actually can help a lot. Sometimes even widows who are in our homes, you are in the house and you are disturbed to a point where you just feel you are just fed up. You just want to step out.
Somewhere.
If you are stepping out, where are you going? Sometimes people feel unsafe in their homes and they need to go somewhere to lie down to sleep just for 2, 3 days, 4 days. Where will they go to? But if there are shelters that actually habits victims of sexual and gender-based violence or technology-facilitated abuses, it can help us to solve the situations.
All right.
Again, we need to create safe spaces.
I know you have activists you do that.
Yes.
We hosted one lady. She's from Alilemoma Farms.
Yeah.
And she actually confessed to the fact that it was activista that boosted her confidence, her can-do spirit to get into poultry farming and all that.
I want to believe it's Mariam.
Yes.
Yeah. Mariam is an active member of Activista,
she mentioned it on the show.
She had been a regional treasurer.
Oh, okay.
For the past years, and she's still active member. For Activista, once a member is always a member, and that's one beautiful thing about it.
Right. Yeah. So you're talking about safe space.
We need to have safe spaces, a place where you feel safe to go and open out your concerns. Look, let me come back to the Aisha example. Because that's the current issue.
Exactly.
If there are safe spaces where she would have feel comfortable and confidence, and there's that kind of confidentiality in that safe space where she could go and have somebody to speak to or discuss her issue with, that alone would have been a panacea, not to result to social media. People need to talk to somebody, but the way we are brought up in our homes, from our social and cultural and norms, just look at our homes. A child will cry and come to the house. You, the parent, the father, the mother, or the brother, you will not ask the child, you will not give the person the time to find out what is wrong. The next thing you begin to is to spank the person and tell the person that you are just naughty. Every small thing you are crying. So do you think that tomorrow when something happens to her, she'll be willing to come and tell you?
Nah.
Or when we were growing up, you go outside, somebody will beat you. Somebody feels that I'm stronger than you. Somebody will just beat you. You cry back home. The next thing you realize you will get is what? Whips.
Another beating.
Another beating. Because the statement that will follow it is that if you had not done anything wrong, how can somebody just get you outside and start beating you? That's always our conclusion. And we always think that we are actually bringing our children up like that. But no, sometimes we need to give our children the listening ears. So if we grow up with that mentality that even if I'm traumatized, I can't open out to my parents, because if I open out to my parents, I'm likely to be beaten again, or I'm likely to be insulted again. So the person feels that keeping it to herself or himself, or even resorting to social media, now that we have social media at our disposal, or going to even consult the wrong people, and that is also one cause of drug abuse and drug addiction. Because the person will go and open out to a colleague, or the person will say, oh, if you just want this thing to go, just get one toss and you are free.
When you go, just one blow,
and you are free. Or just get one red and get, and then it will vanish your mind, and you are free. You see that?
Yeah. So
but if we have that safe space from our communities or from our parents or our families, whereby we can freely discuss issues that bothers us to them, it can also help to manage and ameliorate the situations we are finding ourselves in. Look, victims of sexual abuse is not a matter of keeping it to ourselves, because a lot of people died as a result of the sexual and gender-based abuses and technology facilitated abuses. How many people hang themselves because they have seen their nude pictures? How many people shoot themselves, cause suicide because they have they have been abused? How many people pour hot water on the genitals of their wives and their husbands to cause physical abuses, and that resulted to their deaths? How many people place hot irons on children to cause third-degree burns? How many people actually took toxics to take out their lives because of abuses? How many drivers ran into trees, ran into gutters, ran to hit other objects just because they are mentally traumatized from their wives or from their husbands? And this results to fractures, this results to deaths, and this results to madness. So the repercussions are too many, but we need to actually always seek for help. And somebody will say that, oh, what if there's no closer police station or security institutions? There's a way out. We have our traditional rulers, right? And that's our first point of call in our communities. If you are abused and you cannot manage it, you voice it out at that level. Some of the communities are very lucky that they have what we call combat. Some of the communities, they have community-based anti-violence teams. That's combat. You can report to combat and they take the matter up.
Yeah, so on the government level, the Ministry of Gender operates the Orange Support Center. I think it's also a toll-free helpline, which is 0800 111 222 for reporting abuse issues.
Yes. Yeah. And not only the Ministry of Gender, other organizations have that toll-free lines that you can report to. More special organizations that work around the gender-based violence issues. So like I was saying, NORSAC is one. NORSAC has that toll-free numbers. You can call wherever you are and you are abused. You can call. Oxfam also has such numbers. I think ActionAid has also that numbers. I think many of the organizations, Plan also has that numbers. So you can call to actually seek for help. And not only that, wherever you find yourself and you are abused, the teachers in the community, the nurses or the doctors in the community, the social or development workers in the community, the Department of Social Welfare and Community Development at the assemblies, you can also report to. SHRAJ, you can also report to SHRAJ. You can also report to DOFSU. I think Dofsu some time ago they used to be Waju, right?
Yeah, Waju
But
back then.
now domestic violence and victim support unit.
So basically what you are saying, let's not be silent, right?
Exactly.
Mostly a lot of us are encouraged to be silent, especially the women are encouraged, they just block the person, ignore the person, forget about it. But like you said, it's not everybody who can harbor such things in them. They can't forget about it. One way or the other, it will surely torment them. Yeah. Right? And we all know.
And like I said, look,
depression
you may say that you are blocking the person. You remember I said earlier that the internet doesn't forget.
Yeah.
Every year it will pop up as a reminder.
If you block the person, you
if you block
see
the
it on
person,
somebody's
you see it
somewhere, yeah.
As a reminder that on this day you like that. This or you followed this or you commented on this. And it will pop up. And that will always refresh your brains on that.
All right.
So I think that let's all encourage ourselves to be mindful of technology facilitated gender-based violence and avoid ourselves from it, and encourage victims to actually communicate and report such incidences.
Thank you so much for sharing this information with us. And I'm sure by now, if you didn't know, if you were ignorant about these things and you also facilitated in sharing and commenting and making sure that people are being abused online, this surely would open up your mind to understand that it is against humanity. It is a human right issue, and you are definitely violating someone's right. And so in the future you are likely to get punished for that. And not in the future, but like you said, you're probably looking for a job. Someday someone will just go through that. So please